Hello Guardians, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year 2026 to you. Today is January 2nd. I'm in downtown Kuramatsu in Yamaguchi right now, on my way to Yellow Hat. I just recorded about 20 minutes worth of video and realized the microphone wasn't actually switched on, so I've been talking away and there was no recording. So anyway, it's probably better this way because I was just waffling anyway. So where have I been? I have been extremely busy, very busy. I've had literally no time in 2025 to myself. And when I say that, I don't exaggerate. I've had literally no time because of writing materials, audios, videos for my course that I run at a university in the prefecture. And basically, it took a lot of my time. Like every minute I had spare was getting to work on these materials, writing new materials, writing new videos, etc., and all the editing, marketing that comes with that. It was literally a nightmare, and thankfully now it's looking a lot better, and I've gotten more agile with all the software that I use, which is Pictory.ai, 11labs.io, and ChatGPT. I'll leave links in the description to each of those. And I paid for yearly subscriptions because it's just a lot easier. You actually save money in the long run. And it's just a lot less hassle having to take out your credit card every month or whatever. So yes, I've been busy. I've been making a lot of materials and we've been busy with family stuff. Good to see you guys. It's me, you fool. Well, you guys have seen some of the videos I put out over the last year. AI generated content talking about Japan. And it's my wording and my editing. I just didn't have the motivation to get on camera and talk about these things and then sit down and edit the video. So I just let software do all the work, or most of the work anyway. And I'm still in the process of making one video, which I started before September. And then I went to Australia for about 10 days to see my best friend, Anthony. Hi, mate. I know he watches these videos. I had a great time in Australia. Loved it. Loved Australia. And just want to say to any Australians watching, you guys are so friendly and accommodating, and your country is beautiful. Yeah, I spent several days in Sydney. I had some great food, some absolutely fantastic beers, and then drove up to Anthony drove to his boss's, a bit wonky there. Drove to his boss's place, or one of his boss's places, way out in the bush, not too far from a place called Oberon. I'm sure some of you will know it. I have relatives in Australia, and I was hoping to connect with them, but Australia is a massive country, and of course it's not easy for everybody to just get around from A to B like we do here in Japan. So yes, I had the video going as early as September, and like I said, I've had literally no free time to edit anything until recently. I'm trying to get it done. But what do you guys think? Do you guys prefer this kind of video, or do you prefer the AI videos, or do you like both? Let me know in the comments below, because I really want to concentrate on one or the other. I know YouTube algorithm doesn't really like channels that do mixed content. But yeah, literally until this past week when I just took vacation time for obviously Christmas and New Year. Actually, I worked Christmas. It goes against my rule to work Christmas. That's my personal rule. Shogunai had to be done. There's been a lot of positive things happen towards the end of the year, mainly catching up with or paying off certain debts. I had some issues with the pension office, for example. There was just a very big discrepancy in how much they were claiming that I owed them. What they were claiming and what I had on record was completely different. But we managed to sort it out, paid that off. And next year, I'm thinking 2025, this year, the Serena will be paid off in June. All right, so Yellow Hat's closed. Made of Coffee looks like it's closed. Kind of weird, isn't it? Like everybody takes holidays at the same time and everywhere's closed at the same time. The one time when you could have, a massive increase in business. 7-Eleven is still open, so that's good. I'm going to just actually pop in here. There is literally nowhere to put this camera in this car. I need one of those stick on the windscreen holders. Like I used to have one years ago. I had one many years ago. I'm sure if you look back through my channel, you'll see me on doing driving to work video and talking on camera, and it was very stable. Unfortunately, this one is not. And the place I need to get them from is, of course, Yellow Hat, and it's closed. I wonder if Autobax is open. Autobax is another car store here in Japan. Just a general hardware store for vehicles and everything to do with vehicles. One of the things I wanted for Christmas now, as a grown man, I have 2 young boys who are getting into video games and stuff, and I limit their time on that. They have a Nintendo Switch. Well, it's their auntie's Nintendo Switch, but she keeps it at our house and lets them play with it. They don't play on it very often. We don't allow them to have a lot of time on it. Doesn't really help. So my wife kept asking me what I wanted for Christmas, and every year she asked me, and I say PlayStation 5. And she pulled out a big box at Christmas, and I got really excited, and she said, "You're going to be very disappointed." And actually, I was not disappointed at all. It was a Singer sewing machine. And you guys will be like, what? But yeah, I got a sewing machine. I remember I told her a long time ago that I wanted a sewing machine. Now, I'm a big guy up top. That's from the years in the gym bodybuilding, which I don't do anymore, but I should, because I'm still paying my membership, and I did say I'm going to lose weight this year. So I told her I wanted a sewing machine so I could make my own clothes, and I watched a lot of videos on YouTube about how to do certain styles, stitching and cutting and all that stuff. So she got me a sewing machine. I've already used it to make some backdrops for the boys' beds, so they can play underneath their bunk beds. And have a nice cozy backdrop. Yeah, I'm still got a long way to go before I learn how to use that, anywhere near professionally. But yeah, there you go. It's men can use sewing machines too. A lot of the world's best tailors are men. But yeah, so that's what I got for Christmas. Very happy about it. Better than a PlayStation almost. Well, it is better than a PlayStation because it's a lot more productive, and the time's going to be spent more productively. I'm still working on my system of getting, now I come up with an idea for lesson materials or a lesson project, so I can do it in relatively short time, like anywhere from within an hour to half a day, whereas before just like one project was taking me like several days to finish, with all the audio, the video, the editing, etc. I have gone back to my faith. Not going back to church, at least not yet, not ready for that, but I've been reading my Bible a lot more, learning a lot about myself as well as the Lord Jesus Christ and God the Father and the Holy Spirit, and just the correct way to be living our lives in accordance with what He wants for us. Now, if you're an atheist or an agnostic, or whatever, you're a different religion, I respect all that. And I even tell students when they ask me what's your favorite book to read, or what was the last book you read, I tell them I try to read the Bible every day, and I'm not going to claim that I read chapter upon chapter or anything like that. Sometimes it's just one line or one verse, and it's not every day. But I tell them, if you want to know how to live your best life, read the Bible. You don't have to be a Christian to read the Bible and learn. If it works for you, that's great. There's so many things I was going to talk about today, but it's just, as soon as you get the camera on, it's just slips your mind. I tell students, when they ask me what's my motto, and my personal motto is never give up. Never give up. If you have an idea, go for it. Go with it. Whether that's on YouTube or some other platform, or a hobby you want to do, or something you want to maybe you want to write a book, or you have a character in mind that you want to develop, stick with it. I've learned one thing over the years. I came up with some characters a while ago, like many years ago now. One was a horse, which I can still draw. I can still draw the horse character. One was a Venus flytrap, and the other was a biker. Now, those of you of the same generation as me, I'm in my 50s. If you're from the UK and you were ever into bikes as a teenager or in your early 20s, you'll know about a magazine that came out called Backstreet Heroes. I bought the very first edition that came out. I don't know, is that magazine even still going? I sent in the bike character because they were asking for people's drawings. I sent in the bike character, and suddenly the character started appearing in a mini comic strip that they were putting out in the magazine, and I was kind of honoured that they would use it. And he was called Isaiah Fartwell. So any of you who got Backstreet Heroes magazines from the early days, from the mid-80s onwards, and you see the character Isaiah Fartwell, that was my character. The other one was the Venus flytrap in a like a pot plant. He was used in a British Gas advertisement. The guy comes out holding him, and it's like shivering as if it's cold. It was exactly the way I designed it, exactly the same way. The eyes on top of the plant, big teeth showing, and the horse figure was never taken. So I tell my students, never give up, because if you have an idea, you never know where it's going to go. Doesn't matter how small or how big it is. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, but you just never know how big or small something's going to be. So if you have an idea, just go for it. Don't be ashamed to go for it. Give it a shot.